I am in an absolutely wonderful mood. I got exactly what I was hoping for. Interesting how that works. We spoke about it yesterday, and I had stated that I was craving deeper conversation, and I got exactly that today. Today, I had a woman that I helped reached out for advice, and we had a very wonderful, deep conversation. I love this. Wonderful. This is wonderful. I like this. This is the Three of Earth, aka the Three of Pentacles, aka collaboration, and this is the Two of Water, aka the Two of Cups, aka the Love card. So, anyhow, today I had several chances, several opportunities, several moments, several instances where I was able to dive into a deeper conversation with a person. First, with the wonderful woman who asked for help. Then, a new subscriber asked for, casual conversation. I'm like, abso-freaking-lately. Let's go. Down for that. Then, a friend that has been fairly busy reached out. I'm going to call her in a moment. And then the sweet neighbor lady who has taken a very wonderful shining to my children absolutely adores them, and they absolutely adore her as well. Her and I sat down and had a conversation. She doesn't get to have very many adult conversations. She's like the neighborhood grandma, you know what I mean? And so she's surrounded by children all the time. And her and I had some very, very deep conversations. And I was very glad to not only be able to have those deep conversations, but to be able to help, like truly, like not even trying, just being myself. Random, goofy, strange one that I am. And I feel like I was extremely fulfilled today. And I am super excited because I went and got myself a shelf today for above my my desk. But I forgot to get anchors, so I have to go get anchors tomorrow. And once I get anchors, then I will be golden and be able to put the shelf up. But this is going to make more room in my workspace to allow me to be able to not feel so cluttered. I don't like feeling cluttered. I'm a very Spartanistic kind of person. I don't like a lot of things. And so having as much as I have on my desk bothers me. So anyway, I figured I would hop on here and I'm going to pull a couple of cards just to see for me. Hold on a second. I'm going to connect to the deck. Because, regardless of who we are, there's always a shadow to work on. You know what I mean? So, what shadows do I have to work on today? I have a song that popped in my head and I gotta sing it. Cowboy, take me away. Except for I didn't hear cowboy. I heard Calgon. Sounds like I need to take a bath. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. That one came out earlier too. Interesting. Okay, so I pulled 4 cards. Current energy and how we ended up there. Amazingly, they're both fire. And then future energy, and how or why. This looks more like a why than a how. So let's go ahead and check this out. By the way, I am using my the Book of Shadows Tarot, and I specifically connected to this deck for myself, which is something I don't typically do. Oh, yeah. Usually when I do these videos, I always connect for the collective. But today I actually chose to connect for myself. So there's this elemental of fire in the reverse position. This means that there is a lot of energy that is misdirected. And I will say I do have quite a bit of energy, but it's not feeling like a burning energy, not even a cleansing energy, just a playful energy. But there is the reason it's here is because of the miscommunication. I wouldn't necessarily, that the energy I'm picking up from this card isn't necessarily miscommunication, but the lack of communication. And having communication today has created this fire. I want to keep talking. I want to keep interacting. I want to keep doing what I have been doing today, which is exactly why I have this misdirected energy, which is exactly why I am creating this video right now. So yes, it is misdirected energy. But what is coming is the 16, which is also known as the Tower card. In this particular deck is called the Omens, and I am drawn to the fact that that is a black cat, and only part of this tree is on fire. It is being hit by lightning, and that piece is coming up and on fire. More fire. Too fire. More fire. I'm a fire sign. I'm drawn to this moon though. It's interesting. And then the 6 of water in the reverse. This is the it makes sense because of the communication on the past energy, and then the future energy is the not connecting with someone who wants to have common ground with you. So how very interesting, because this is also like the 6 of water is a particular the water the water cards in this particular deck are gods and goddesses, and or number 8 is actually a witch. The people, beings. Anyway, this is Saraswati. Saraswati. I actually don't know how to say that right. I will have to look it up to find out for sure. But this is the card of wisdom and culture, and it is creative expression of feelings. But in the reverse, it is the refusing to understand or connect with someone that's trying to create common ground, which is totally strange because that's not like me at all. I am totally the type of person that is always open to people, especially ones that are trying to create common ground. So if we look at this not as an advice, or we do look at this as advice and have a tower moment in order to avoid connecting to someone who is not so very good for me, which will create the tower moment, or the tower moment will create this person. Let's look at this particular meaning as in this particular deck, it's not necessarily tower in the way that we would normally see it. It literally is an omen that something bad is coming. Interesting. Bring it on. I'm ready for a new challenge. It has something to do with communication, which is funny because so does this. That's Mercury. That's so funny. You know, Mercury in the retrograde and everything like that. Yeah, that totally is Mercury. How interesting. If I were to read this a little bit differently, as a cause and effect, this miscommunication has led to the raging fire of energy inside of me, which is going to turn into a fire in a tree that should be harvested. But it isn't going to be able to be harvested because of the fact of the miscommunication is leading to the inability to connect with someone who's creating common ground. So the shadow itself would be to go back and relook at all of my communications. Where am I missing? What am I missing? So my shadow work today for tomorrow is communication. Excuse me. Communication. Makes sense. I do sometimes talk in a way that people can't understand. I don't do it on purpose. It's just the way that I taught myself. And that's the truth. It's the way that I taught myself. I didn't read, like, you know, the bestseller list from the century. I read the bestseller list from centuries past. So the way that I learned English was a little outdated. And I don't want to say that I speak highfalutin, but, you know, most people don't even talk like that anyway. The way that I speak can cause misunderstanding and can lead to the inability to connect. So maybe it's something that I do need to work on. Especially since speaking is kind of something that I do. All right. I'm really glad you guys stuck around with me for this. You totally didn't need to. It really wasn't for you. It was totally for me. I'm having a moment. I wanted to talk. Bye.